Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wrassle Graps. My name is Chris,
My name is Vincent.
and we're here reviewing Night 2 of WrestleMania. The show just
Agreed.
ended literally 2 minutes ago, and we're going to try and get this review done. Uh, yeah, we're both a little tired, but we're going to try and get through this.
That's right. We're here reviewing WrestleMania Night 2, the one we've all been waiting for.
Yeah, the card that honestly looked better than Night 1, and it was until it wasn't, but let's get into it.
Right.
Um, Io, Rhea, and Bianca kick off the show, and they have really the match of the night.
Should have main evented. I'm just gonna say right now, it should have been invented.
I understand story reason why it wouldn't, but this was the best match of the night,
It
and
was.
all three women killed it, and Io ends up retaining. If you're gonna watch any match from this night, watch this one, and then until just watch the first three matches of this show, and then you're pretty much set. Really,
This match was near perfect, actually.
it was honestly, I would say it was perfect.
Really? Okay.
I loved it. There was nothing about it that I didn't like.
That's fair. That's fair. Maybe I'm just a harsh critic.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I don't know. It's not. Arguably, it's not better than the triple threat from last night, but it
It's
was
hard to
still
top
really
that.
good. It's a close second, a really close second.
It's hard to top that when you come right off the triple threat from last night.
Really, I mean, I feel like if you swap out some matches, right? We'll talk about it at the end. We'll talk about that later. Swap out a
Okay.
couple matches, you have a really solid one night WrestleMania.
Honestly, you do. I mean, we've always thought that. That's for sure.
But yeah, so that's a fantastic match. We move right into another fantastic match. Drew and Damian Priest going at it. Both get badass entrances. Drew gets the Doom entrance, and then Damian Priest has Kerry King of Slayer playing him out to the ring, and then they proceed to have an awesome street fight. I really
It's pretty
enjoyed.
good. I feel like it could have been better, but it was good.
I think they did a good job. I really liked it. Drew did the gimmick of taking the picture and tweeting during the match. Did some cool table spots. You had
It's
some cool stuff with the steel steps. It was great. I enjoyed it.
pretty good. It's pretty good.
You have ultimately Drew wins that one, but it was a lot of fun. I like that.
I think Drew should have won.
I was fine with either of these guys winning, honestly. Um, Priest does need some more momentum. I'm not going to say he doesn't, but Drew needed it just as bad as he did, and neither guy came out of this looking bad. So it doesn't bother me that Drew won this one.
It's not horrible. I feel like Damien Priest definitely deserves something, you know. I'm not sure what it is, but
He got
eventually.
the awesome entrance. That's what he won.
Sure. But I mean, it's not going to mean much in the eyes of people that hate him, you know.
I mean, it's like he wrestled a bad match. He was good. He held up on his end.
He's been doing that, you know what I mean? Like, no one cares. It's what it is.
That's fucked.
It kind of is, yeah.
Whatever. Hopefully these guys have a great 2025 the rest of it because I love both of them. But
Hopefully.
yeah, I could see him just being there becoming an afterthought. I really hope he doesn't, but it's
Yeah,
possible.
hoping he isn't becoming an afterthought, Damien Priest. I think Drew's going to always be on top. Sure.
Let's move on now to the Intercontinental Fatal 4-Way. Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Finn versus Dom. Really fun Fatal 4-Way. Not as good as the Triple Threat from earlier, but still really enjoyable.
Yeah, maybe I think we've all came into this thinking that Dom should win the championship. He did win the
He pulled it
championship.
off.
That's
He
great.
pulled it off. He pinned Finn Balor. Very important thing to note there. Pinned
Exactly. It's
him
gonna be a
to win the belt.
horrible, horrible meeting on Raw.
It's gonna be very awkward. It's gonna be like an awkward family Thanksgiving when they're gonna celebrate Dom, and then Finn Balor's just like, well, should have been me.
He was so happy. He was so happy. Now he's gonna be so sad.
I think here's what I think happened. I think Finn was gonna win. I think Finn was gonna win, but then he came out in that stupid ass banana mask, and then they called an audible, and they said, "Nah, he's gotta lose this one."
That's probably what happened. You're right. You know, you got a point. That was pretty dumb.
Even commentary was confused by that, man. Come on.
Yeah. Braun Breaker, amazing as always, spearing Carlito through the tape, the announce tape.
Everyone in this match had a good showing, and I'm looking forward to the feud between Dom and Finn that I'm pretty sure is coming. And hopefully, when Finn turns face, he can get his old theme back, or at least a better theme song.
Yeah,
And then that's the win for me.
Dom really soaked in that championship victory.
Dude was so excited, he ran off to the ramp and then came back because he forgot to celebrate in the ring.
He did celebrate twice. So I mean, honestly, he deserves it, man. He's been working hard. He's over. The fans loved it. Right?
It's awesome, man. I'm happy to see him win his first single title on the main roster.
Yeah.
So then we get to the Randy Orton Open Challenge. Everyone had their thoughts on who it was going to be, but I don't think a lot of people thought it was going to be who it was. And in this case, it was TNA World Heavyweight Champion Joe Hendry.
Joseph Hendry Singh. He came out, man. I was not expecting it.
I can see this being a polarizing match for the sense of it wasn't very serious and it wasn't really much, but it was fun for what it was. It was
I
fine.
think this probably confused so many people that had no idea about TNA, like the memes online about Joe Hendry. But
I mean, the crowd loved it. You could hear him singing the song.
I mean, obviously the crowd loved it. So that's what I'm saying. Like people at home might be a little bit confused about that. How big of a star he is, even though he's not in the WWE, basically.
He came out there just to get RKO'd in the funniest way possible, and then get RKO'd the second
I
time.
really did. I mean, I was expecting something like that, but I really didn't think they were going to do it because he's the TNA World Champion. That means something. I don't know what it means, but it means something.
This was a
But
very quick match too.
yeah, they don't care about that. They're just like, whatever. Let's throw him out there. He's gonna do his little entrance. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, sing a song, and then he's gonna get embarrassed.
So like Randy Orton, he wins, and everyone expected that. Randy Orton gets his win. Joe Andrew gets a fun WrestleMania moment. It's fine with me. I'm not mad at it, and you get a post match RKO, so that's cool.
And he spun around. He smiled. He was feeling it. He gets RKO'd, and then he comes out of the camera like Randy Orton came out from the side of the camera. He RKO's him right there. It was,
Man,
it was cool. It was cool.
he wins the match, and then he does his own little version of the Joe Andrew pose. Then he RKO's Joe Andrew a second time.
Yeah, he RKO'd him. I mean, that was I could have expected that one. That was funny too.
I enjoyed it for what it was, and you know what? Like I said, Orton gets to win. Hendry gets his moment. That's enjoyable enough. But here's where the
Exactly.
card starts to take a turn. Um, so you get to AJ and then Logan Paul, and they have a very underwhelming match.
AJ has like a WrestleMania curse or something.
I don't know what it is, man. Ever since the Shane match, this year has not had a good match on WrestleMania.
I don't know what it is, man. He's AJ Styles. You should be putting on bangers every single WrestleMania. What's happening?
It has not had a memorable, good WrestleMania match. I mean, since the Shane one, and I mean, his one with Randy from WrestleMania 35 wasn't bad. It's just not very memorable.
Right.
Um, the
The
Boneyard match is
Boneyard match.
that's fun, but I forget about those. So
I always forget about the Boneyard match, but I always remember how good it was. You know,
it was. I didn't even think it was that great. I thought it was good. I didn't love it.
I think for the stairs that it was, like it was in the middle of the pandemic, right?
Mhm.
I feel like with that being said, I mean, it was a good match.
It was alright. I enjoyed it. It was a fun one-time watch. I wouldn't go back and rewatch it though.
I have not done that. That's true.
Like I'd go back and rewatch the Firefly Funhouse. For me, that was a good time.
That was okay. That was good. It was cool.
But I personally haven't gone back and rewatched it. But this
Did
match,
we ever
man,
review that show, WrestleMania show?
we very well might have. There's a chance.
Go see our thoughts on it just to see if we're being stupid.
Go see your thoughts on it and let us know if it's even real. First of all, we could be
First of
making
all,
this up.
yeah.
If it is real, come back to us and let us know what we thought about it. We'd appreciate it. We forgot.
We say so much, we can only remember so much of what we
On,
say.
the only thing I remember from the early days is the slap jacket, and I don't think that's a good thing.
The
Um,
Snapjacket was a key point in our careers.
I hate that that was a focal point in our career.
It was, yeah. Now it just gets referenced every single episode.
Gets referenced once in a while, and no one knows what we're talking about. No one probably ever will.
Thank God.
But
Thank God.
I don't even know what that is, in all honesty. But
Let's get back to how AJ Styles in Logan Paul was not that good.
it was underwhelming, man. I don't know what to tell you. They have an underwhelming match, and then Logan Paul's friend tries to give
Jeff.
Paul the brass knuckles, but then Karrion Kross stops him. Styles tosses the friend over to the barricade. Cross tries to give him the brass knuckles to use on Paul, but he refuses, and then he loses the match because Paul beats him like a minute afterwards.
Yeah, very slow match up until that point. It really was not good.
I mean, dude,
Like
this was
who's
just
Jeff?
not.
Who's Jeff?
I understand both these guys respectively. They're very good in ring workers. I give them credit where it's due, but something about them just did not gel for me.
Yeah, I mean I don't know. It was okay. It was not WrestleMania worthy, that's for sure.
No, I mean, really, I would happily trade the last couple of matches on the show to night one, and then you give me like the main event from last night, put it on this. That's a fantastic WrestleMania.
Yeah. It's not like some of these stories actually like were good. Some of these stories sucked. So they definitely didn't belong on this show. New
Man,
Day, War Raiders, not very good. Yeah, I'm just saying. Like these things don't need to be on the show.
this really feels like Triple H had a one night WrestleMania involved. This is my overarching thoughts as a whole. I know we should probably save it for the end, but why not get into it right now? My overarching thoughts for the end, or for this whole entire thing, is that Triple H had a very good one night WrestleMania in mind. But he didn't want to make the show super long, so he made it 2 nights, but didn't have a full comprehensive idea for 2 nights. So last night was what it was, and then night two was better, but still had some matches that weren't great.
Yeah, he really did sabotage himself, no matter what he actually was thinking of doing.
Because if you look at this card, right, if you take some matches from night one, some from night two, and you put them together, you have a fantastic show right here. But
It's true.
the 2 nights I think really hurt it this time around. I
It's
don't
because
think
you
they had
get
a full
you
plan
get
for it.
you get real greedy, right? That's what happens. You get greedy. You're like, oh, I can take money from these people on one night. Take money from them on 2 nights. Let's do that. But it ruins the quality of the show.
I think we should go back to one night a year. I think that's the best thing to do.
Ruins the quality and gives you a bad rating.
Man, let's move on to
Wrestle
the next
Graps.
match. Raquel and Liv versus Lyra Valkyria and mystery partner, the returning Becky Lynch. It wasn't a bad match. It's just I was not invested. I wasn't really interested in seeing this match. And Becky Lynch returning and taking the titles from Liv and Raquel, I just was not interested in seeing that
Every
happen.
goddamn time, man. Every time she returns,
It's
she
every
takes the
time.
title from somebody.
And Bailey wasn't even really injured. I don't know why they took her out of this. It doesn't need to happen, but whatever.
I don't know.
I don't
Kind
know.
of
It just
stupid, honestly.
this was a real lull in it, and then when you're going into a slow, weird kind of match like Cena and Cody for what that was, it really wasn't a great lead into that.
Right, right. Do you want to get into that right now?
Yeah, we don't need to talk about the Stone Cold thing. It wasn't that important.
Oh, Stone Cold.
We
He
don't need
rode
to
the
talk.
ring. He said, "Oh, 63,000, blah blah."
There's 63,000. Then there's he started talking about numbers. I zoned out, man. Math is hard. And
One,
then he
two,
left.
70. Yeah, I don't know.
He flipped off the crowd, did this little thing. Not like an offensive way, just in like, I'm Stone Cold, middle fingers, like that.
Middle
Drank some
fingers
beer
to
and
the
he left.
sky. Yeah.
Um, yeah, and then we get to the main event, Cena versus Cody. And
See his
the
entrance where he just comes out like it's all black, the Titantron. It's just his name, John Cena, in white letters.
the best part about this match was Cody's cool little Iron Man like mask. And
Right.
that's what I'm gonna say about that.
That was
Uh,
cool.
it goes the pace you're expecting, and then it's just Cena hits a bunch of AAs and uh
And Cody keeps kicking out.
yeah, he keeps kicking out. He hits super AA. Cody kicks out. hits another egg. Cody kicks out. Um, does the STF. Cody gets out of it. And at that point, you're like, all right, it's getting a little ridiculous. And then Travis Scott comes out, has a full on,
Oh my fucking god.
like, long entrance in the middle of the match. And you're like, dude, seriously? Like, this is like almost an Undertaker length entrance.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was not. It didn't need to be like that, mate. It was not that cinematic.
Cena gets knocked out of the ring. Travis Scott tries to hit Cody again, but Cody hits a crossroads. He didn't get an actual receipt, but he does hit the crossroads on
Destroys.
Travis. And then Cena, they get to the end of the match where Cena goes to hit Cody with the belt. Cody catches it, takes the belt from Cena. Cena's like, don't hit me. Cody goes out, my face, can't do it, fine. But then Cody hits him with the belt and then pins he pins Cody, and then that's the end of the match.
Exactly.
Not
So
great. Not great.
not great. Very slow. Very not that cinematic in general. Not great in story wise. Not great in ring wise. I'm not really. I wasn't feeling this.
I can't tell if my problem with this was the pacing or the fact that it was such a heavy focus on Travis Scott
Right.
or just the way it was booked. I think it was all three of those things actually. Um, this match just did not work for me at all.
It was
Um,
like a mixed reason of why I didn't like this match.
there's a lot going on that doesn't work here. And don't get me wrong, Cena winning, no problem with that. Both these guys are usually great. This did not work.
I had high hopes for this match because of Cody. Simply because of Cody.
I had my expectations tempered, and even it didn't work for me. Like my
Yeah.
expectations were low, and somehow it got lower than that. Now I know how that happened.
Yeah. I thought Cody was going to carry this guy to a good match, but I mean, because of what he's been doing recently. But apparently not. He's just going to get hit with a bunch of moves, kick out of all of them. All the finishing moves of John Cena, by the way. And then Travis Scott's going to come out and do some. And multiple ref bumps. That's crazy.
Multiple reference, I don't mind that, but it's super weird too. You don't have any The Rock. There's no Rock here.
Right. The guy who set
Um,
this all up, by the way.
yeah, and the Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman thing didn't play into this, which I thought it would, but that's not a knock against the match if that's not the direction they're going in.
Exactly.
Uh, that's just my headcanon of what I thought was going to happen, and I'm trying to not factor that in to this match because it's not their fault if that's not what they're doing. That's on me for assuming. Um, but even besides that, this just didn't work.
Kind of a lackluster way of getting to the number that Chauncey was trying to get to with these championships.
Yeah, it was a very underwhelming way of doing it. It wasn't good.
Like even with the build, like the promos, there was only like one good promo, right?
There's a few. There was a couple.
It was like one, maybe the first one, whatever. Because he repeated the first one, so it
Yeah,
was kind of a null and void. Yeah,
but then he had the promo battles with Cody, and those were good and fun to watch.
sure, whatever. I mean, I only really like one of them, but it is what it is.
But
Um,
the end result was underwhelming. It got to the result that was needed for the story they're trying to tell, but overall, it's underwhelming.
exactly. I don't know. Left me like disappointed, I guess. I don't know.
A little disappointing. Yeah, it was
I
not a
mean,
WrestleMania
especially with a
big
fucking
event.
WrestleMania. What was it last year with the crazy shit that happened?
I fully agree. What I would have done is I would have had the triple threat from tonight. If we're gonna do 2 nights, what I would have done is the triple threat from tonight should have main evented yesterday, and Rollins, Punk, and Reigns should have main evented this one. Really,
Right. It's too late to go back though. So
I
here
know
we are.
that, but I am gonna go back and I'm gonna retroactively say I'm gonna change my rating from last night's WrestleMania thumbs up to a thumbs in the middle. I'm gonna
Okay.
give this show a thumbs up simply because of how much I enjoyed the first half.
The hell? Okay, this is even worse than the last one.
Actually, you know what? Just because of how I enjoyed the first half, I'm gonna give this also a thumbs in the middle.
Okay.
This was a
Yeah, me too. As well.
very take it or leave it WrestleMania. There's a very good one night WrestleMania in here. I want to make that clear. It's a very good one night WrestleMania in this. but it gets split into two. There's a lot of fluff, and there's some stuff that just doesn't work. And for that
Yeah,
sole purpose, I'm gonna have to give it both nights a thumbs in the middle.
me too. Thumbs in the middle for both shows. This one gets a thumbs in the middle. That's final because honestly, this half the show was bad and half the show was okay. So it is what it is.
But as always, please let us know what you thought in the comments down below. We would love to know what you guys thought. Leave a like, comment if you enjoyed the review. Sorry, I'm tired from the 4 hour WrestleMania. But yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed it. Leave a 5 star if you could. That'd be greatly appreciated on all the podcasting platforms. And follow us on all the social medias, guys. Thank you so much for listening. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.